Hello and welcome to Certisured. Let's learn about the 15 competitive advantages of getting certified with Certisured. How long can you retain what you've learned? It is believed that whatever you learned on a day one, by the second day, you lose 40% of that information. By seventh day, as this curve signifies here, you will lose almost 90% of what you've learned. But this happens only when you do not revise the concepts. And this whole observation was done by a German scientist, Ebbinghaus. Ebbinghaus also stated that repetition based on active recall will help us retain what we have learned. So, what does that repetition mean? As you can see here, on this zeroth day, if you learn something on the first day, there is a 40% decline. What if we could just nudge the memory with a small summary of the concepts? So at Certisured, we have made a system out of it. Certisured is India's first edtech platform where courses and elements are designed to include scheduled audio video summary of the lessons on first, third, and seventh day to enable long term retention. So on the first day, there's an audio summary. On the third day, there's a video summary. And on sixth day, there's a textual summary of the same concept. So when we nudge the students to revise the concepts in a short, crisp manner, we try to ensure that whatever has been learned will retain for a long time, because once the memory is picked up on the sixth day, it's reinforced in the memory, and after that, if you can follow the curve, it would take a really long time for you to forget it. It's a very scientific method, and the number one advantage here, advantage number one with 30 short, is that you get a very scientific methodology of learning. Number two, the strength of your portfolio is the mark of a success. Certisured is constantly trying to create maximum opportunities for our students, helping them to stand out from the crowd. We believe our success comes from your success. We have monthly podcasts from industry experts about the expectations in terms of skills for a particular job profile. What this serves is that when a student is exposed to an industry expert who's already working in the industry on the particular subject which the student is trying to get certified on, the questions about the real time implementation of concepts brings in a great value and sort of acts as a guidance as to in what direction the subject should be learnt and in what capacity certain concepts should be absorbed, to what depth should a particular project be implemented, so that the student is also positioned and disposed to get into that job profile later. So this helps a great deal for the students. We help students in resume preparation. As you know, resumes and CVs are the first impression on the recruiter, and there is a particular system in which a resume has to be prepared and presented to the hiring managers, and we help students to achieve that. We go one step ahead and by giving them a branded video resume, because it's not easy to just come out on the camera and record yourself talking to your future hiring manager, but it helps the hiring manager to get a first impression of the candidate before they are even called for an interview. So this is a new trend, and we will help our students to get that branded video resume out there, which they can put it out on LinkedIn as a featured video. It helps a great deal. We've observed that there is a higher call for the interview when something like this happens. The fifth point is a professional portfolio. There's a lot of activity that goes on with Certishort's courses, be it assignments, project work, blog writing, all of that is actually getting converted into a final portfolio for the students. And this is what we aim to help and aid the student for a long term. It's not just about getting the first job, it's about positioning themselves as a professional in the industry for the courses that they are taking from Certishort. Well, when it comes to interviews, nervousness is a part of life. What if a student undergoes 5 to 6 rounds of these mock interviews So it firstly it gives students a real time feel for the interviews, and it also helps them to address all possible contingencies, because no matter how confident you feel, you will actually realize certain shortcomings when you actually give those mock interviews. We help our students to optimize their LinkedIn profile. Now the world has changed, the nature of jobs have changed, and the way in which people find jobs also have changed. So LinkedIn has emerged as a hub for the professionals, and as a platform, it is doing wonderful for connecting people, especially hiring managers and HRs with the new hire, the new talent that they're looking for. And we help students to optimize their LinkedIn profile so that they are found very easily and in the right time. Research papers. Some students are just extraordinary, and we've observed that these students need to be rewarded for their diligence. So, what we have done is we nudge our students to publish their original work, whatever their original ideas that they implement as a project with us. So, we ask them to go ahead and publish them in conferences and journals. And if their papers are selected in top notch journals, Certisured will bear the cost of publication. So that's what we want to do for our students, and they rightly deserve it. As a ninth point, I would like to emphasize the fact that Certisured's certificates are hard earned certificates. As a policy, our assessments are hard, and the KPIs to fulfill are on par with industry standards. A student can take as much time as they want to finish their assignment, however deep they want to go, it's okay. And if they want second or third time a same lesson to be repeated, we are happy to do that. But one thing that will remain constant for every student is all the assignments and the submissions must be submitted with industry standards set by the instructor. That's what is required of the student, and that's why we say it's a hard-earned certificate. The 10th point is pretty interesting because this talks about paid internships, especially for students who join our course without any experience before. What we have realized is our first goal is to get them a paid internship. We see in the universities students with limited knowledge apply for internships out there in the industry, and they're happy even to just get a chance in the industry without payment for their internship effort. But our certification courses will ensure that the student has enough skills to claim a paid internship once they finish the certificate. That's how we tailor the curriculum and mentor the students to achieve that position for themselves. But as you all know, soft skills, presentation skills, and communication skills are very important. We have Diana Morris with us. She's an author, trainer, also filmmaker, and she helps students discover their niche in presentation and communication and all the corporate skills that you call. So these things are the training for these things are a part of Certisured's curriculum for any subject. For any subject that you choose, our premium offering is the soft skills, presentation, and communication training to all our students. And we would also want to address this very important thing, the psychological hurdles that affect students' focus. Students have lot of energy to succeed, but somehow at some point, without their own knowledge, they lack the motivation. So the question is there a solution? And we have done our bit in a way to solve this. We brought in Nelly Caldera from United States, and she's going to help our students achieve the self mastery that is much required with the help of neuro linguistic programming. Nelly Caldera is a master NLP coach, and her skills are unique in a way to help the student to achieve the personal transformation, authentic and effective communication, mental and emotional intelligence, goal settings and values, and much more. So, with the intervention from a master NLP coach like Nelly Caldera, we believe that the student will always stay motivated and know their clear goal in the mind to get the best out of the course. Certisured keeps conducting seminars and workshops on different subjects. Our extraordinary students will get a chance to address these students on some selected lessons. When a student is given the task of preparing for a lecture, the amount of effort that is put in to get this entire lecture out in a smooth way is at next level, right? So when this happens, the student goes ahead and does everything that is required and puts in all the knowledge that has been taught to the student, even in terms of presentation, the soft skills, the communication skills, everything combined with the knowledge of that particular subject. All of that combined together brings the best out of the student. Further, the student also gets a signed certificate by Certisured and the collaborating university for their contribution. And this certificate will again add to their portfolio. And all of that eventually adds up to the probability of getting hired at a good position. Right? So that's very important. Every subject at Certisured, we believe that the student has to implement what they've learned. So, on an average, we have about 13 general projects as assignments and two major projects, which we call the capstone project. So, every concept taught is converted into a small assignment, and that small assignment is slightly evolved into a small project. So, this gives the hiring manager an overall scope of the capability and skills of the students. IQ and aptitude training is a very important aspect of preparing a student for industry experience. So every student enrolled in our premium program will get a professional IQ and quantitative aptitude training sessions. Slowly, eventually, the mind itself retunes and rewires to get better at aptitude and IQ. We really hope that you enjoyed our offering. If you want to know more, please write to us at learn@certisured.com. And for more information, please check the description of the video. Thank you very much, and we hope to see you soon.